Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for those of you who stuck around with me for a really long time since my podcast days and whatnot, and my old YouTube channel and all of that. I love you guys. And thank you so much, those who were drawn to me recently. And um, I'm so appreciative of you guys. And I just wanted to explain some things that I feel um, it's definitely a time of testing. And I just was pressed this morning to just have a little talk about integrity. So, as somebody in my line of work, it's you have to practice your skills and your abilities. And many of you are even, wanting to do the type of work that I do. So, really what it is we are all learning to rely on our own intuition. It's yet another layer of creating sovereignty for ourselves. It's being confident in our own decision-making abilities without having to go to anyone else for their approval or their opinion or any of that. We can work together as a team with others and consider what others have to say, but ultimately it should always come back to what feels right to you in your heart and what your intuition is telling you. So that's like the big message of today. A lot of leaders in the truther community are bashing each other. And some of them are even doing black magic. They're doing black magic on other truthers. They're doing black magic on their audience. I mean, it's craziness. And some of them are getting paid handsomely for that to happen. They're getting their reward. And there's just, it's crazy. There's so much misinformation out there, and there's just so many people tugging from so many different directions. It's like all these octopuses, grabbing from all these different directions. But for those who are doing my line of work, I want you guys to just cut me and them some slack. Anyone who is using their creativity, using tarot cards or oracle cards, or their channeling or whatnot, it really is a skill and an ability that you cultivate over a long period of time. And you get better as you practice. You get better the more people you work with and whatnot. There is also a degree of you needing to be completely unbiased. Like you can hear something negative or something positive, and you're not going to taint it with your own resistance to whatever those topics are, to have as pure a heart as possible. So a lot of people claim to be incredibly accurate, including myself. I feel like I am very accurate. However, there's always room for error. There was always, can be misinterpretation of information, or but I don't know if it's as common as, I don't know, who cares how common it is? Because I was going to say, I don't think it's as common as people think that somebody would pretend or pose to be a psychic and they're not actually getting accurate information at all. They're just, doing a bunch of copying, or they're just, making it up and they have no idea, that kind of thing. I don't know what's out there. And there's obviously a mixed bag all over the place right now. So you can't really, you always want to come back to how a person makes you feel, and how, like, really past even the words that they're saying, and past because these dark cult members can really put up a good show. They can really, they're master manipulators. So as much as we want to kind of have our guard up, in the sense that we want to check our own sources. We want to maybe even hold a divine guidance council meeting, or, we want to just check in with ourselves, even looking at our own tarot cards and our own oracle cards, or whatever. We want to be checking and being really discerning about who we're connecting with, who we're watching, who we're listening to, and be diligent and responsible in that way. But I think God is really teaching us right now to rely completely on ourselves, no matter what anybody thinks of it, or no matter what any consequences to it. It's just like, I feel driven by spirit to express this message, and this is what I am getting, and it may not be what other people are getting, and that doesn't even matter. People sometimes spirit even tricks people, will even tell them things that end up being not true, but because they were told the information, it led them in the right direction. It got them prepared, they're mentally prepared for something that they were then, it got them on the right path, and it protected them somehow, or it got them thinking in a whole different line of thinking that opened them up for something. So it's not necessarily about accuracy anyway. It's really about just what spirit wants to, how spirit is steering us all, and how it's all supposed to, one thing came to mind. An example would be, so we have so many FAKE incidences that end up being just computer generated, or, and they're really, really good at that, by the way. But, there may be incidences where you are sure that something has happened. Someone else says, no, it hasn't happened. That person died. No, they didn't. Da, 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 da. It could be that they're both right. It could be that the person maybe even died. We end up having med beds in the future that can bring people back to life. So it's both true. Maybe the minute they died, they were resurrected. We don't know, everybody could be true. So consider everybody could be wrong and everybody could be true, and just try to just sort it out for yourself. That's why I love the Divine Guidance Council meeting, that, some people practice it every morning or every evening. Some people do it once a week, once a month, but it's just a really great way to check in with yourself and to make sure that you're really just following and dropping into your heart always. If you're ever confused, if people are telling you that you're wrong, or if people are saying that they have a different opinion, or think you should do it in a different way, or they think that, no matter what is going on that's making you maybe question yourself, or that's making you feel like you're doing so, I don't know, whatever it is, whatever you're getting tested with right now, because this is a big time of testing. Just drop into your heart, put your hand on your heart. Thank you, God, for this wonderful experience and the miracles that are unfolding as a result of it. That's all you really have to say. Thank you, God, so much for this wonderful experience and the miracles that are coming of it. Thank you, God, so much for always providing the solutions and the clarity that I need. Thank you, God, for always telling me the truth, no matter how muddled and confusing everything looks. And, and just keep following your heart step by step, moment by moment, checking your cards for this, checking your cards for that, checking your intuition. Do I feel like that's true? It may not be true, but this other aspect does feel true, And some people, honestly, are giving misinformation on purpose to throw the dark cult off too. So consider that all of that is going on right now. And it's a very confusing time, but I really feel like what I just saw was like God pulling all his children together close to him. Like, just listen to me, listen to the beat of my heart, just listen to me. Let all the other noise fade away and just know what is the truth for you in your heart. And nobody else has to agree with it. Nobody else has to understand it, or any of that. Okay, so I thought I would pull some cards for you guys as well to ask for some guidance in this. So a good question to ask yourself would be, oh, interesting. What do I believe about money? Do my beliefs match my dreams? So here's the thing too. Thing about money, how funny this would turn into a money talk, because a lot of these people, even like doctors who are curing people, the cures themselves have been killing people, and not even the sickness. They might go into the hospital with a sickness and they're being, MURDERED by the very means that they are pretending to use to cure them, because they're getting paid like $30K to do that. At least it's been happening in some. I know that it was happening in some New York hospitals and things. Who knows how rampant that is, or if it's, everywhere. But that type of stuff is going on. And you know, these YouTubers who are actually doing, you know, work of the evil side, the dark cult side. God knows why somebody would ever do that. I mean, obviously they have not experienced the power of love. Obviously they've never been enlightened, because they can have everything that they want, their heart's desire, their dreams come true, all of it, if they can just keep dropping into love. You know what I mean? I feel so sorry for them that they think that money is the ticket, you know, or sleeping with this person for that position, or to look good, or to, you know, to uphold your reputation. Gosh, people, it's like, I just, you know, I have seen in my life, when you keep choosing integrity and to do the right thing, when you keep choosing love over money or fear or whatever it is, when you keep just trusting and you keep cultivating that God source energy within you, everything works out. Everything just always works out. You're just naturally protected. Just act as an innocent child, following the promptings of your heart, and you will be protected. The dark side, those guys think that they're protected by their own kind, and they're not at all. Those guys would, you know, they would do despicable things to throw each other under the bus and all kinds of things. So we need to have each other's backs right now. And any truthers that are watching me right now, we need to have each other's backs and pull together and speak our truth, our soul's truth, the ultimate truth. You know, we need to be working for good, because things will work out for us if we do. And there's no need to be talking bad about each other. There's no need to be, you know, publicly bashing anybody, or even if it's negative. There can be some constructive discussions going on about what to do to find a solution, or comparing notes and just seeing, okay, how do we do damage control here? Those types of constructive conversations. But if it's just and this compared to that, and that person said this, and all that kind of like high school stuff, you guys, it's time to be grown-ups now. We're grown-ups. This is our graduation, okay? This is time to really show God what we're about. This is really time to step it up and be the mother bears of our world. You know, we want to be on the other side of this thing and feel really damn proud of ourselves. And this is not just the mothers. This is men too, man. So many men are like ducking their heads in the sand right now, not standing up for what's right, still people pleasing and stuff. And it's so sad to see that, because their women need them. You know, we need each other. We need to lean on each other. We need to help each other. Instead of trying to see through others, we got to try to see others through. So what do I believe about money? Do my beliefs match my dreams? How does your relationship with money affect your current situation? Do you believe you're worthy? Do you believe you're capable? Do you trust money? Does money trust you? Money is an energy. It ebbs and flows. You are worthy of it, and it's your responsibility to heal your relationship with money as part of your waking up to the whole of you and your purpose. Take a deep dive in your belief system around money. Are there any beliefs you need to upgrade to create the result you are wanting most in your life? Write out your money story. Is it time for a sacred shift? What will your next chapter be? You know, and what came to mind is, you know, I've heard of even YouTubers attacking other YouTubers for taking money. And they're behind the scenes receiving donations and payouts and stuff. And it's like, don't fall for anybody trying to make you feel bad, or trying to guilt you right now about anything, or trying to make you wrong. Like, it's ridiculous. We all got to be on the same page and have each other's backs, period. And none of the knit stuff. You know, I'm laughing because we're being called up to the next level, you guys. We have to level up to go into this new earth experience. How can I be more kind to myself and offer more grace in this very moment? Because the more we can be kind and be gentle with ourselves, the more we're going to extend that naturally to others. It's not going to be this laborious thing of, I have to do the kind, loving thing, like where you're straining for it. It should just be out of your love for yourself and your ability to cut yourself slack and have grace with yourself that enables you to extend that grace to others just really naturally and really easily. And it's pretty effortless. You can really be a good listener when you're not defensive, feeling like you have to be right or you have to win or you have to compete or you have any of that stuff. You just listen because you care about them like you care about yourself. You care about their feelings just as much as your own. So let's offer ourselves grace and love in this moment. Just even put your hand on your heart and say, I love you. I love you even if you've fallen for traps. I love you even if you've chosen money in the past. I love you even if you chose lust in the past. I love you even if you've chosen, looking good or whatever it is, above your heart. It's okay. We all make bad decisions. We can all be wrong. All of it is okay. But you just have to get back on track and start choosing love again and start having each other's backs again. Growing our self-love is medicine to this world's broken heart. Yes. When you heal, we all heal. When you give yourself more grace, you're able to give the world more grace. So I think our objective through this time also needs to be to heal and to not look at anybody outside of yourself and say any kind of criticism. Stop being controlling of anybody else in your life. Just let them be how they are. No matter how they're being, totally work on cultivating the ability to be the space for that. You don't have to expose yourself to it for a long period of time. You don't have to, it doesn't mean go be around a bunch of toxic people. If you do have to be around toxic people, put a bubble of energy around you, but don't try to change everything in your environment or the people you're interacting with to make them fit what you want them to do. You know what I mean? You need to do, it's like we even do that with our animals. You need to do that and don't do anything wrong, because if you do anything wrong, I'm going to be upset. And it's like the animal's fault or something. It's never the animal's fault. It's never the other person's fault. If we keep coming back to taking responsibility for our reactions and our own unhealed stuff, then this whole world will radically shift and change for the better. So make it your objective to not take a look at anybody else's behavior. If you put this is a good thing to catch yourself in. If you're saying that person should blah, 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 whatever the blank is, that person should, and you find yourself saying this to your friend or something, that person really should blah, blah, blah. Practice putting it back on yourself. I should blah, blah, blah. Oh, I am doing that. Or that person shouldn't do. Oh, I shouldn't do. You know what I mean? Keep putting it back on yourself. That's how you're going to grow and mature and be able to take the golden nuggets out of anything negative in your life. And you can be super grateful for everything negative and positive that's going on in your life, because all of it is going to bring you through the other end with some awesome stuff, if you believe that. So everything is as we believe it to be. Everything is just a placebo. So keep seeing the good in whatever it is. And if you just can't, thank you, God, so much for the incredible miracle you're bringing to this situation. Just keep saying that every time your mind drifts to think about that scary thing or that terrible thing. Thank you, God, so much for the incredible miracles you're bringing into my life. Thank you, God, so much that you always reassure me and bring me the solutions that I need, and miracles abound in my life. Just keep saying that and you will make it turn around. We are very powerful manifestors at this time. We can create whatever we want in this world. So try to keep coming back to healing yourself keeping the focus on yourself, minding your own business, and just make it, oh, what is that? How is this? Wow. How is this making me feel about myself? How can I love myself more and offer up more grace? So look at yourself with a grace filter. You are meant to be in this moment of your life. You are meant to be here right now, guys. This is such an exciting time that we are right in the middle of this new earth that's going from all this nefarious garbage and scams and corruption and all the ugly stuff. And we're like spinning it all around in a washing machine, or we're coming out on the other side and we're going to be smelling those fresh air dried sheets in a minute, yeah, all of it's going to get transmuted. We just have to remain the observer, not the one reacting to everything, but the one who's pulled back and wise and takes a look at all of it from a little bit of a distant view. The practice pauses and practices wisdom and says, is this the best action for me to take? Am I really coming from a place of love? Is this a decision I'm going to be really proud of myself for taking later? Just keep coming back to that. Release the inner critic and fill in that hole with your soul's truth that you are infinite, you are loved, and you are already there. Nothing to reach for. Okay. Anything else you guys want to share? Make time for self-care. Take that bath, take that nature walk. Try to be as natural as possible. Try to do it, like meditate. Make sure that you take time to meditate and to eat well and to all those things that are nurturing for yourself. What was the other thing? Okay, it just jumped out of my head, so maybe it'll come back. Unnecessary worries. Release the burden of worries by giving them to God for healing and solutions. Sounds exactly like the prayer I just said, right? Peace is coming. Peace is coming. And quit expecting somebody else to bring that peace for you. Cultivate that peace within you. This needs to be your home. Deep inside needs to be your home. That needs to be where you reside. That peace needs to come from you, not peace of mind from hearing this or hearing that. That's why we get so stressed. Like, I don't know what's the truth anymore, and I don't know what to believe anymore. Well, stop and just cultivate that peace within you. And that's what you're going to produce outside of you. What you're going to start seeing in your outer world is a reflection of what's in here. So if you love everything and you're okay and accepting everything as it is, then you're going to have more experiences that you're grateful for. Your higher self, Archangel Metatron. So keep connected to your higher self and that God source energy. Stay present in the moment. And you're going to keep cultivating those good vibes. Anything else? Okay. You might be becoming a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their own spiritual gifts and divine life mission. So be the example. Be the example to others around you as new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view yourself and your world. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. So just keep relying on yourself. Be your own spiritual teacher. Be your own guru. Be totally sovereign in every way, shape, and form. And don't get scared off course by these. Do you guys remember me telling you if they just mentioned higher self? Do you remember what my higher self said at the beginning of all of this? Rumors. I was like, why the hell is there all this toilet paper disappearing off the shelves? Why? What's going on? What's going on? I remember just feeling like, what the hell? And I was like, what's happening? My higher self just gave me the one word, just rumors. So ignore the rumors and make a difference. If you can give in a certain way, give in that way. My inner light shines far and wide. Make sure that you're taking time every day to spread your love to the whole world. There are people actively doing the opposite. So let's work against that energy. Let's put out our love and our light and our healing and our acceptance. No one's doing anything wrong. Even those, those sad people who are taking money for doing bad things, that they might be starting fresh, inspired by you. A wonderful new beginning is blossoming in all of our lives. That fresh laundry is coming. They're kind of sick of their smelly laundry, Their conscience is like eating at them. They can't sleep at night, some of these guys. They'd rather be manifesting their dreams come true. Their dreams come true are not getting paid off to do bad things. Those are not dreams come true. Those are nightmares in the making. So we're all going to be embarking on a new adventure here. So it's all going to work out, you guys. It's all going to be okay. Let go of control issues of yourself or others. Let yourself feel all of your feelings. Depression is not giving yourself the permission to feel all of your feelings. It's like saying, I can feel these feelings, but I'm not allowed to feel this feeling. I can't have anger. God forbid I should have anger. So don't try to control that. Just be like, I love you, anger. When you're here, you're here for a reason, and I love it. I'm so grateful. Sometimes I need that anger. And if you can accept it, it actually makes it go away. That which you resist persists. So if you can accept and love it, then it's about the vibration. It's not about the thing that you're talking about. It's about how you feel. So, you could say, I don't know, like, thank you, God, that I'm sick, or something like that, like something you normally wouldn't be thankful for. You're not welcoming this more sickness to you. You're just being in a vibration of thank you. You know what I mean? Thank you that person came swearing and screaming in my face, for example, would be another good one. If you're saying, thank you, if you're picturing the fight you just had with someone and you put your hand on your heart and say, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I know that miracles are coming from this. You're still putting out that vibe of thank you. You're not welcoming more people screaming at you. Do you know what I mean? The difference? The way that you welcome more fighting and things like that is to resist it and say it shouldn't be there. To say, I hate that happened. It bothers me so much. I'm so mad that guy came running and screaming in my face. And blah, 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 blah. If you complain about it and act disempowered and act like a victim, that's what's going to bring more of that into your life. And it's okay if you fall into that sometimes. It's okay, especially if something freshly just happened. Sometimes it's a little jarring and we're just like, oh my gosh, I feel violated by this thing right now. But then you just got to keep coming back. Just keep coming back to just being like, it's okay. It's all right. Of course you feel threatened. Of course you feel a little vulnerable right now. But let's come back to love. Let's just keep coming back to love. No judgment. So self-confidence through God confidence. Believe in yourself by believing in God working through you. Just keep praying for those miracles. And this is part of your divine life purpose. Trust the signs and your inner guidance, which are leading you to fulfillment and your dreams coming true. Okay. So I'm just going to do a light language blessing for you guys to help you really kind of anchor in that love energy and get out of fear and get out of comparing yourself to others and get out of any kind of doubt you're having in yourself or anything like that. And just, coming to that, just keep coming back to that God source energy within you and going to that for answers. You may be the only one with that opinion on the entire planet. And you could be wrong. I've always said on my channel, I may have a really strong opinion about something because I really feel it in my gut that it's true, but there could be a point in time when I'm wrong. There could be a point in time where I say, you know what? I think things have changed. I actually think that it's not that way anymore. And I am happy to change and pivot and share that with you guys as well. There's no black and white anymore, you guys. It's all about like moment to moment. We're evolving and growing and healing more all the time. We got to keep a really open mind, and be willing to look at things we haven't looked at before. Consider things we've never considered before. We got to stretch our brains. So, okay. Just drop your shoulders and relax. Hamana te insa se shi ina. Halapuma ma ake ina chin sa se. Hela uma man chin sa elaki ina te. Holo uma ana tai chin se ilupumum ana a. Hala insa si chin ki he ina. Hala puma mahoma an. Chin che ela insa se elaki in. Don't be so hard on yourself. And don't be so hard on others. It's okay to complain about somebody for a minute. It's okay to say negative stuff about somebody for a minute if it's in the light of trying to support, encourage, grow, have compassion. Just try to keep it in alignment with something that's going to help you have some kind of an understanding about the situation. Try to keep understanding and just keep coming back to loving yourself more and being grateful for every single thing in your life. Okay, guys, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you so much. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.